Despite my being from and living in Norfolk, I spent 2025 living in Cornwall, moving down in February, moving back to Norfolk in the January of this year. My time in Cornwall was certainly interesting and allowed me to see the socio-economic and political situations firsthand. A big issue for many Cornish residents, especially those living near where I did, in Camborne, is their being, quote, colonised by the English. In fact, I have been described as an English immigrant on a number of occasions, though I concede these mainly online. The mayor of the town I lived in, an under-county councillor, is a former rugby player called the Councillor James Ball. He is not affiliated with any political party and is currently sitting as an independent politician. An interesting chap, to say the least, Mr. Ball. But I must commend his inspirational story before I start. I strongly recommend you read the article by the Falmouth Packet. It's an inspiration, I assure you. Thus, I hold a relatively good deal of respect for Mr. Ball in comparison to many politicians, and he has been polite when I've seen him in person. However, when he shared a post made by the County Council appealing to Westminster to recognise them as a Fifth Nation, he claimed in the comment section of the Facebook page that we should be telling Westminster we are the Fifth Nation, which is and always has been Cornwall's right. And don't worry, I shan't attack his grammar, only his words. Upon my informing him that Cornwall has been part of England since the 10th century, he made sure to clear things up by reminding me that Cornwall is a duchy, and that's why we have the Duke of Cornwall. Mr. Ball, a duchy is the estate or land of a duke. That's what the Duchy of Cornwall is. It's a property portfolio held by the Duke of Cornwall, currently the Prince of Wales. Under that same post, an individual, who I shan't name as he's not a public figure, stated, Cornwall is on royal charter as a free state. May bin Kerner knows this, but it did nothing. Good on yous, go for it. For those not in the know, May bin Kerner is a Cornish nationalist party in politics. Whilst there have been royal charters applying to Cornwall, for example, a list on Wikipedia I've attached, none of them are even remotely close to having Cornwall as a free state. I asked about this politely when the individual proceeded to double down on this, yet did not provide a source when pressed. Mr. Ball entered the conversation between myself and the commenter, saying to the commenter, from someone who has worn the Cornish national tartan tie, I think he may just be a troll. For a councillor to accuse individuals of internet trolling simply due to a disagreement in opinions is insulting and reflects bad upon the town that he represents. But let us not dwell on the people and take a look at finances. This is where the plan really does fall apart. The average salary in Cornwall is £34,600, with that of the United Kingdom being a far higher £42,200, both figures being reported by the Cornwall Community Foundation. How would Cornwall be able to afford to fund its public services, to form its first parliament, to create a medical system, police force? The inevitable answer for more public funding is a higher tax rate. This would leave the Cornish far worse off, at least for several decades, while the government recoups the funds to pay the debt inevitably created. Avoiding this would mean seeking funds from Westminster, which would defeat the point of independence in the first place. We cannot also disregard the main industry in Cornwall, tourism. How could businesses with an even higher tax rate afford to survive the winter when their entire customer base exists only for 3 months of the year?